back to a Chandler's channel. I'm Tracy with your intuitive weekly vlog. This week we're doing it on psychometry. So what is psychometry? Well, psychometry is when you take an object of any sort. It could really be as big as a piece of furniture to a piece of art to a ring to even a crystal, a bracelet, a watch, earrings, necklaces, charms, anything that belonged to a person, and you take it and you use it as a divination tool. It helps you to connect to spirit, and through spirit you get information. So it's another way of channeling. So some people use tarot cards, oracle cards, angel cards. I go directly to the source. I go directly to spirit and connect with them. Other people, it's just about grabbing information out of a bubble. They don't really know what the source is. And I had a teacher who used that as saying a person is psychic. So they just get hits. So they don't know where it's coming from, but they get this hits of information. So that's another way. But psychometry, since we're talking about it today, is just another way of connecting to the source and getting some information about this object or even about a person. And you'll see it in different movies, right? I remember there was a movie, I can't remember, shoot, that's too bad, where they took a piece of hair and it was through a piece of hair from a hairbrush that they could do spells. So there is that connection, although that is not psychometry. Psychometry is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this ring. So this is my ring. It's a turquoise ring. And you take it and you literally just hold it in your hand. Now this is hard. I remember the first time I did it, I couldn't believe the information that I got from it. That I just, just said what came in my head. And really that's what it is. And so you hold it, and so I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to tell you what I feel is coming from this object. And because I'm a channeler and I have Whitehawk, I can connect to him directly, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm just going to connect to my side, to my higher self, to the energy of this ring, and I'm going to pull information from this ring out about the person, okay? All right. Well, the first thing that I notice about this ring, one can not help but notice, is that it's heavy. There's a lot of weight to this ring. Like, it's solid. And so, whoever the person is that owns this ring, they're solid in the world. Like, they are grounded in the world. There is no featheriness to this person. There is no flightiness. That they are solid. There's good grounding in this. Now, when I look at the ring itself, I immediately, when I first saw this ring, this came to mind as well, was that it's like there's a bunch of rivers. It's like the blue is like the water, and all these paths here are the different streams and rivers and lakes that connect all this water. And so it is not one big body of water. It is a bunch of connected lakes and rivers and streams. And so the feeling I get when I see that, yeah, it's like this person is flowing, yeah, from one lake to another river to another lake, through another stream, right through the world. So it's almost like this is a map of the world, if you look at it. It's almost like it's a map of the world. And if you could understand how I say it, they're traveling through lakes and streams from one end of the world to the other end of the world. It's almost like this is a globe. So that's the sense that I get off of this ring. And they're solid, they're solid. There's good intention in this ring. Very good intention in this ring. But then, for whatever reason, I'm getting the sense of sadness, or I'm not sure if it's joy. No, there's a sadness. Almost like a sadness that that journey hasn't fully begun yet. Yeah. That comes with this one. That it's there and they know that's what they're here for, but they haven't fully made that journey yet. And they're waiting. Right. So that's what psychometry would be. And I'm sorry you didn't see me like looking at the ring as I'm looking. I need to get a better camera or something, right? But that's what psychometry is. That's what someone would do. They would take any object. They could even take a phone, and they could get a sense off of the energy of the phone. So what's really interesting about this is that oftentimes you hear people say, well, I don't want antique furniture. I don't want to go to a yard sale or whatever, right? Because they think, oh, well, you know, it holds the person's energy. And part of me does believe that, because if you ever go into a place of flea markets or vintage places, it does have a smell about it, right? It does have a sense about it. And my children don't like the smell. So I do think it does hold some residual things, but to think that it would be haunted or bring bad luck to your home or bad energy, no, I don't believe that aspect. But I do think that objects do hold information about previous people that held it, but not that it would hurt you or be malicious in any way, or that you shouldn't recycle it and use it for your own. In fact, if you are heebie-jeebie about that stuff, then just, you know, do what First Nations, Native Americans, Aboriginals do. Just have a cleansing ceremony, you know, smudge it. Smudge the piece of furniture with some sage. You know, burn the sage and take the feather and just put that around the furniture and with the intention to cleanse it of previous energy, right? So that's my blurb on it, and I'm sure you can find all kinds of information on Google about that, or just talking to various people, and there are many beliefs, you know, but this is just my opinion and the way I see it, and so I wanted to give you an example of how one can take an object and read it. So let's go at Whitehawk and see what he has to say. Excuse me, sorry about that, guys. About that makes me human. About psychometry. Indeed. What can one say about this topic of psychometry that has not been said before? Indeed, it is an ancient art. Is it not? And people are like, yeah, I've heard about it for years, going back way. It is, and it has been, and it was a way of connecting to source or connecting to the spirit. And then the other awful side of it, as this one mentioned, putting spells on people. Now again, if it is something that you believe, then yes, that can happen. But if you do not believe in witchcraft or do not believe in spells or voodoo, then you are protected from it. So do not get yourself all up in arms or worry over this. It is simply what your belief is. If you believe you can be harmed by a spell, then therefore you will be harmed. It really is in the collective thinking as well, children. Is it not? But to get back to this, interesting about reading something, it is very true, children, and it is very real. And no, it cannot harm you if you are to just decide you are going to borrow your sister's couch for whatever reason, that you will be bringing all the energy of that person's home into yours. It is not so much that I believe that. I do believe that you will be bringing the smells and the scents that are on the couch into your home. So in that way, yes, you will be bringing the energy. So one might like to cleanse it as one would through using household cleaners and chemicals and so forth. So that type of an energy, yes, you will bring into your home. That is real. But to think that if you are to purchase a dead person's bedroom set, that then you would be bringing the person's soul or the spirit with them through that, that is just not true at all. If you hold that within you and believe that, then somehow you may manifest in your world that this ickiness or curse or this person's haunted energy or soul may come around you. But I think not, children. I really know not that this will occur. You must really shake off all those cobwebs and stop thinking of all those heebie-jeebie things and just live and just be. And the real answer is truly in that. If you believe it, then it is. If you do not believe it, then it is not. So go ahead, my children, go purchase those wonderful items from previous years gone by without a worry or without any fear. For indeed, the value in them is much greater than what is available during this day. But if we are to look and we are to go to an item, it does hold a lot of value and it does hold a lot of information about a person when we can connect to the source, as you've seen this one do. So, my children, take your time, try, test it out yourself, just hold it and describe the item. And when you are describing it, so much information will just simply start to flow and grow and glow throughout you. And then the real essence is, child, you are connected to spirit and that you have almost become a channeler. Indeed, it is a good way to connect to spirit and to channel information. God bless, children, as you have fun with this newfound divination tool that we have offered up to you. God bless. Well, there you go. That is our vlog on psychometry. I hope you have enjoyed it. Simply take an object, take a look at it, describe it. You know, start to describe it. Well, this has a point. Oh, this has, I see some inclusions in this crystal. You know, it's quite cloudy, so maybe that person's kind of is 90% clear, but there's about this other 10% that's not clear within them. You know, it'll just come naturally. That's how channeling comes to. It's just natural. You can't think about it. Can't censor it. Just gotta let it flow through you. Well, I hope you had fun listening to this vlog on psychometry. Take your mom's ring, take your dad's watch, take your sister's earrings, your brother's bracelet, you know, and just hold it and have fun with it and see what information you get, and see if those people or friends will validate the information that you're saying to them. Because it's hard to get validation when you're doing channeling and so on and so forth. So make it fun. Make it fun. We will see you on Thursday for our intuitive weekly reading. Don't forget to join us for Whitehawk's Daily Wisdom on the Facebook, Google+, and Twitter pages. And we'll see you back here real soon. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and or subscribe if you already haven't. God bless. I'm Tracy for a Challenge Channel.